Most students spend weeks to months in writing a single research proposal. But what if I told you you could now use some free AI tools to write it in literally less than 24 hours? It might sound crazy, but it's possible and I've done it. If you're going for a master's, PhD, research internship, whatever the reason may be, you can now write a research proposal with this video. This is probably everything you need, and I'm going to give you the exact step-by-step overview of it in this video. First things first, what is a research proposal? Well, a research proposal basically defines the research problem that you want to solve. It also explains why this problem is important, what has already been done in the field before, and majorly the research gap, what's missing and how you aim on solving it. Basically, you're trying to convince a professor that your research idea is worth pursuing or that you would be a good fit for their research group. The typical length of the research proposal can be different based on your goal. For instance, master's ones can be pretty short, between 2 to 5 pages. PhD ones are usually longer, 5 to 15 pages. And if it's a funded research project, it can be even longer. So the most important part here is how do you go ahead and find the right research topic, because let's face it, that is the most difficult thing to select. I have a strategy for you. Open up Semantic Scholar. Once you go into Semantic Scholar, just enter the field of research that you want to research in. For instance, mine is AI plus healthcare. I enter it and it gives me a list of papers which are right now ongoing in this particular domain. So I get to understand what kind of research is happening. Using all of these topics, now maybe I come up to the observation that, hey, I really like papers in Parkinson's disease detection with AI. So I'm gonna search for that exact topic on Semantic Scholar now, and it's going to give me a list of papers which are already ongoing in this domain. Now I'm going to click on Has PDF so that I can take a look at those exact papers which are available for download. I'm going to select a couple of these papers and I'm going to go ahead and download some of these papers. I would say somewhere around 5 is a pretty good number in most cases. Then I take these papers and I put this prompt onto ChatGPT, which I'll share with you in this video, and you basically just upload all of your papers that you found, that hey, this is what's already going on. I want 20 new research topics that cover these research gaps on Parkinson's disease detection in AI. And the first thing that ChatGPT does, it goes through what's given in these papers and what's happening online, and it gives you a list of 20 topics. It tells you which kind of topics you should pick up if you want to publish in top publications, and that's already a pretty good starter kit. Using this method, you can actually find the right topic for yourself in less than 1 to 2 hours in most cases. Not only that, you also found out the research gap, so you understand what you want to research on and what's not happening in the industry, what's missing, and you basically focus on that. Now, obviously, don't trust AI blindly. I do recommend that you read these papers for yourself, verify everything that ChatGPT is telling you. But as long as you give it the most up-to-date, most cited papers, I think you would be in a pretty good position to understand what's going on in the industry. Now we'll create the research proposal. But before we do, I just want to explain exactly which sections you need to focus on. You see, a standard research proposal has the following sections. There's always the title, which should be short, crisp, and it should explain the novelty. What's new, basically? What are you doing that's not already done before? Then there's the abstract, which is somewhere between 150 to 250 words. This will explain the problem, the gap, expected outcome, and the methodology that you plan on using. And then we move on to the introduction section. This is where we introduce concepts. Here we explain the background. We essentially go ahead and explain why Parkinson's disease can be detected using AI, or whatever the project is essentially, right? What is the current state? What is the importance? How will it help the industry? And that actually flows into literature review section in most cases, which is also where you go deeper and summarize the existing research. You give some examples of what's going on. You want to highlight the latest major findings, existing approaches, and whatever the limitations are of these approaches. Don't worry if you don't know how to do all this. We'll talk about it in just a moment. Then there's usually another section on research objectives. This is where you want to clarify what you're doing, which is different from what's already done. Maybe you are developing a new framework. Maybe you are increasing the accuracy. Maybe you're reducing computation, making things optimized. And maybe you're just comparing methods. This is usually followed by research motivation. This is where you want to explain that, hey, this is the current research which does X. However, no one has been able to solve Y. Therefore, my research will focus on Z process, which will actually help optimize ABC, and how it may have potential to even save millions of dollars for XYZ corporations. And that's where you move on to the methodology. Now remember, your methodology doesn't need to be concrete, but you want to be as specific as possible. If you know which data set you're using, you talk about that. If you know which algorithms you'll be applying, you talk about that. Which models you'll be making, what are going to be the evaluation metrics, what is the experimental setup, whatever you know is final today, you basically put that into the methodology. And then there's also a section of expected results. So yeah, obviously we have not done the research yet, it's just a proposal, but this is what we expect more or less. Better accuracy, faster models, improved scalability, cost saving, something which can help the industry in some way or the other. This is usually followed by a timeline, which is optional. You may or may not have it depending on the requirements given to you by your professor or wherever you're submitting this proposal, and then finally you still have references. Yes, it's just like the research paper, you still want to have references. Oh, yes, I don't know which references to add. Well, guess what? When you're doing the literature review, you're probably reviewing other people's papers before you actually tell what's happening in the industry. Which papers are using? Add them to the references section. Similarly, for the research motivation, how will this help XYZ company? How much money does it spend? Add it to the references section, so on and so forth. Now, this is just a brief outline, and I would say it's a pretty good one. But remember that research proposals are flexible, and obviously the outlines can keep on changing depending on the situation. Good part. Now, let's actually use my favorite AI tool to get the job started. So let's say that out of all the ChatGPT options, I like the first option most, multimodal transformation one. I'm going to go onto Semantic Scholar now, and I'm going to search for that topic. Okay, obviously that exact topic doesn't exist. So I'm going to try to tweak around, and I'm going to just try to see, hey, what is done in more or less, similar sort of papers with similar sort of titles. And I will again try to download some papers from Semantic Scholar just to see what's really going on if someone has already started working on a similar paper and submitted it already. Obviously, you'll not find the exact paper because that's a research gap, but you'll find something around it, which is probably very relevant to whatever you're going to be doing. So you download those papers, try to download as many as possible. Here I'm only doing 2 just for showing you guys. And then we go on to Claude, okay? And we enter this prompt that I'm going to be making in front of you right here. So I say, we are writing a research proposal on this particular topic given to me by ChatGPT. And then I say, create a complete research proposal outlining these research gaps and literature review. And then this is the key. This is what I'll usually like to add. So explain the same in a beautifully designed HTML page. And then you give Claude that prompt, give it 10 minutes, it does its magic. And then here you see the output. And this is what Claude gives us. It tells us that, hey, there's 3 signals, 1 fuse diagnosis. So until now, we were using all of these 3 methodologies, right? Where either we were using speech or gait, the way people walk, or we were using surface EMG, but now we're going to be combining everything and it's going to be fused, and this is how it's going to be. It's going to be amazing. This is not something that anyone is doing before, of course. And then it also gives you like a whole structure. It gives you an outline that, hey, these are the blind spots. This is what's missing. This is what the current research has left open. Essentially, they have not answered these questions. So this is what my research is setting out to do. This is the pipeline. This is the timeline. Everything is given to you by Claude already. This is a good starter point, I would say, in most cases. And obviously you can customize the script, and I'm going to give you all the scripts, don't worry. But this is where I want to take you guys one step forward. Now, I'm going to ask Claude to actually create an initial research proposal. But please note that this is not the final output, guys. This is just to educate you guys, just to show you what Claude is capable of and how you should use it. Okay, so here's the prompt. So I say, write an initial literature review using the following sections, and I give it an outline. I'm going to give you this prompt later on, so you're going to be able to download it. Don't worry, just stick till the end of this video. And here's what Claude does. It does take a good amount of 10 minutes, but once it's done, this is the output. Literally an abstract, an introduction, literature review, everything done very, very properly with the actual text, with the references, with tables showing what it referred, research objective, motivation, methodology, expected results, timeline, references, everything is perfect. It's almost like the final output that you can submit to your university. But should you submit this to university, please don't do that. I just want to give you a big disclaimer over here. Do not use this one for submissions to your university or professors directly, as it is AI generated. It's easy to understand this, right? It's AI generated. So yes, what's wrong if it's AI generated? Well, it can have plagiarism, it can have mistakes, it can have hallucinations. A lot of things can be wrong. References, one of the most important thing, usually always AI gets it wrong. The content might be outdated. There may be issues of all kinds that you can't even think of. My advice is use this as a reference. Don't use this to submit to the universities, but it's a good starting point. As a starting point, you read through this, do your own research for each and every section. Hey, I'm doing research methodology. This is what the AI says, and this is what my own research also says. And then you combine that and you write it with your own hand. Because even if you do that, you can finish this research proposal in just 24 good hours. Why? Because you have such a big starting point right over here. These were the free tools we used in the making of this video, and it's absolutely free. I did not pay for any of these tools. And if you want to get, by the way, all the scripts that I use in this video, absolutely free. All you have to do is go on to YMGrad.com, sign up. You will get this email when you sign up. Click on Get Cheat Sheets, then click on ChatGPT and Claude scripts for research proposal. There will be the exact document with every single one of the prompts I've used in this video. And by the way, did you know that you can go on to YMGrad research groups and you can even find people to research with and find collaborators, co-authors? It can make your research journey so much easier. You can also chat with me directly one-on-one on YMGrad. It's absolutely free. Send me documents, resume if you need to guide. If you need to chat with me, just have a discussion. We can do that. Absolutely. And it's all manual, so it might take a couple hours to respond sometimes, but I'm 100% personally responding to you. And that's how you write a research proposal with Claude, 24 hours. If you like this video, share this with someone who needs to know, and let me know in the comments what is the next video you would like to see, because I'd love to do more of these for you guys. You can also find me on Instagram or subscribe to my channel here on YouTube if you like my content. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye and take care. Until the next one.